Hi, everyone. This is the Hungry Math Professor here, and today we're going to be discussing Dr. No by Percival Everett. And this was a book that was published in 2022. And shout out to my friend Pete Jansch for the recommendation. Um, this book is about a few characters. There's a math professor named Walla Kittu. Both his first name and his last name translate to nothing in different languages, and he is a math professor who specializes in the study of nothing. Now, at first, this could make you wonder about what's he trying to say by making a math professor that studies nothing. Like, why didn't he choose a philosophy professor or something? It seems pretty natural. In fact, there's a philosophy course at the CUNY Grad Center this coming semester studying nothing. So it's the kind of thing that actually philosophers study. Any case, um, I think this is in line with the rest of the book of how Percival is being quite satirical and sarcastic and absurd throughout the entire book. So I don't think we want to read too much into this. Perhaps there's some dig at academia or mathematicians, but I really think that that's probably the wrong conclusion to draw here. And also, Walukitu has Asperger's as sort of self-proclaimed early on in the book. So this is also a like very stereotypical kind of thought that people might have about mathematicians that were somewhere on the spectrum or something. So again, you might want to take some offense to that, but I think you would be missing the point of this book, which is to be quite silly in general. So the book is named Doctor No. This can be another name used to describe Walu Kittu since he studies nothing. But also, you might recognize that that's the name of a James Bond movie. And so most of this book is playing with some James Bond themes and character names and things like that in a very silly, funny way. And I think you should take the fact that Walu Kittu um, is a mathematician studying nothing and has Asperger's. All that should be taken as sort of a silly way of poking fun at James Bond movies to some degree. And he has another friend who's a math professor who's also throughout the entire book, and her name is Eigen. First name Eigen, last name Vector. So again, this is, I think, poking fun at, James Bond movie character names. And but instead of doing it in the way, in like an overly sexualized way or something like that, it's like it's a math term, right? Eigenvector. This is supposed to make you laugh, I think, and also just kind of be really silly. And Walu Kitu has a dog named Trigo, and Trigo has one leg. And so throughout the book, this causes some, humorous problems because the dog can't really walk on its own, and it takes shits in random places. And this happens throughout the book as kind of a silly thing that makes you laugh. And in any case, the book is about those two characters, but then there's this character John Sill who is an aspiring villain. Again, it's like a James Bond movie. Yeah, you need a villain here. And his mom was shot by the police in this sort of absurd way for being black, and John Sill also is supposedly reacting to the death of Martin Luther King, and this causes him to want to like get back at the U.S. society and causes him to become a villain. And so, throughout the book, race comes up in a lot of ways. It, this book in general is never it never feels like you understand what the book is about. I think I made peace with that after finishing it and reflecting on the book a little bit. You maybe want to feel like book is about something in particular, but I'm not so sure that it is. I think it's supposed to be just a fun, absurd, satirical book, with lots of James Bond themes, but kind of making fun of them or doing it in a very different way. So I think you need to just enjoy the book. It is very entertaining the whole way through. Let it make you laugh. And it will bring up some serious themes, but I don't think you should expect it to like explore those themes in a very serious way. And one of those things is race comes up throughout the book in a very absurd ways. And again, this should make you laugh. It should also kind of make you think. But it's not going to be like explored very deeply in this book. Now, I suspect that this is the only Percival Everett book I've read so far, but I'm sure that he's explored these themes more seriously elsewhere, and this is not his first book. Um, so, I think, check this out. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you go into it expecting to be entertained, expecting to laugh, expecting to enjoy the absurdity of it. Then I think you'll enjoy this. And in particular, what's interesting is because this math professor studies nothing, there's all these like tongue twistery lines throughout the book about nothing, which are kind of enjoyable as long as you don't expect the sentence to like parse to something really deep and instead just enjoy like the tongue twistery poeticness of it. It kind of reminds me of, I've never read Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland yet. It's on my list, but I've read many quotes from it, and a lot of the lines about nothing in this book remind me of like the tongue twistery nature of some of the lines from Alice in Wonderland. So check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll entertain you, and let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you at another video.